Yeah, and that's huge. The lifeline coming in for Hardecki. I mean, a lot of people, of course, gave him some flack for going down frequently first in the fights, but you can see the value of the lifeline staying alive. Ultimately, they will get cleaned up. And now we're down to our final 3 teams. We got full English, we got Passion and Players. It's full English and Players up as full 3, and Passion playing off the southeast side as that duo here. No team really with priority on this zone, as Passion might actually have a little extra cover there. You can see the rocks that they can play off of, but for Players, they have so much height. It might actually be the last team out. That might be the God spot.
Oh. Combo for the Storm as the different angles are trying to be taken. It's such a bad spot to be in here as full English take care of that squad, but Players have the God spot, the game-winning advantage that they could be holding in right now. And of course, we cannot ignore the fuse. It's just a matter of time while they try to take this slowly. The Motherload has been called in just to circle the rock that they're trying to take cover from, but Lifefin just stands there. Unfortunate for him, as he was so low, he gets beamed off the high ground of the rock, and it's just a matter of time as Surdell meets his demise, and Players holding that high ground take game number 1.
And what an amazing finish there for Players. Ultimately, they were able to come in from the southern side there, move in through the main building that I believe we saw GaiminGladiators play off of, and then really utilize that position.
All right, GoNext here, still alive, Blast as well, and Kashera here. GaiminGladiators, they fought from the outside, the southern side, but they're trying to climb all the way up to Epicenter and be the top of this lobby. And it's just a matter of taking a win. Blast taking too much damage though, Jamerson. Can he do it by himself and get this res off?
Oh, this is so difficult. You can see NextUp have set up basically on that high ground. They were able to force GoNext down and basically create all this space for themselves. NextUp now starting to lurk on in, and they are going to be able to finish this off, or at least they should. It's a 3v2v1 ultimately. GaiminGladiators, though, if they get a knock here onto Synetic, there might be an opportunity, but no, Blast will fall. GaiminGladiators somehow go down. It's Arctic there. Synetic did enough damage. NextUp now looking to finish things off. GoNext. It's all Kashera left here in the 1v3. Let's see what he's got.
While their team plan, you know, and composition might have been made in heaven last split, it seems like these boys truly are next up in this one as they take game number 2 of split 2 to show the world that they are here.
They were able to get that reset, but the one difference is Passion UA has something these other squads don't here, Jamerson, and it is that crypto. It is the information that they need, noting that there is a solo on the other side. Danish get eliminated, and now it's that full 3v3 squad wipe here. You can see as the EMP rings out, giving them the advantage. Passion UA, they'll lose out on Sonya.
And that's the unfortunate thing sometimes when you're playing that crypto, you're not in the fight when you're piloting the drone. And that's Vexx now, bringing it to a 2v1, looking to finish things off. It doesn't seem like Max Strafey has an angle to possibly sneak a res in. There is a world for Vexx to even play this one a little bit slower and get that res. Never mind. Max Strafey will go ahead and finish them off. It is a 2v1, but it's Max Strafey. He's got a Havoc. No turbocharge there for him, but he's got the first shots off. Smoked off now as he's going to try and place defensively around this Watson. Might be able to get an armor swap on the ground for himself and get that extra little bit of fighting power here. You can see Max Strafey trying to utilize all the tools in his belt.
Clemmy with the Devo versus the EMP. Who wins here? Because apparently the Devo ripped through everything. But is Max Strafey him as the Devo rings out? He is not, and Vexx are your game 3 winners.
And things could have been so much better for them. But, you know, ultimately at the end of the day, Passion UA did an amazing job of...
Man, kind of walks so Bambino could run with just cleaning up everything that was left for Aurora right now as Nine Bongo slides in, yes, with that Havoc, with no turbo necessary, although he is lacking in some energy to Luke here, as they're not going to be able to try to engage in this next fight here. 4 squads left. They lose out on Bambino, although that could be huge, but no one's looking at Maxi from right behind.
Got him. Oh
no
my
way.
God.
The bang ult disoriented him, but he's still able to get the last one from Trojan, and Passion have the high ground. They're the ones on Pride Rock before they slide down.
This is going to be a foregone conclusion. Passion just have too many and too good of a spot. That'll leave them in the second place and probably a first as Passion clean it up in game number 4. They'll take the W here on Storm Point as match day 2 in the LGS continues.
This is a huge game for NAVI. They just need to close things out, but now we're brought back almost to dead center, right? 50-50 between these two teams that are all full up as well. NextUp do have the purple armors. NAVI, I don't quite remember what they had on the other side. Yeah, Kaina's already sitting on red, but unfortunately, Tyler and Matafe don't have the rest for themselves. So it's still a fairly even fight. The difficulty now is the terrain. NAVI have priority. They are an ultimate god spot here in the fight. The smoke out, and now kind of looking to get aggressive. Beautiful spray down onto one. Will follow up the damage, get the crack and the kill, and that's NAVI taking game number 5.
You blink and you may have missed it. NAVI with a great approach to that final fight there too. Of course, they did have the high ground advantage there too, but with kind of having the beast of the hunt, those smoke nades could only provide so much cover to work with here.
Now they've got this rock to try and utilize the head angle from, but Max Strafey and Artico as well have a very similar position. Aggressive push out from Light now as he tries to chase them down. Never mind, that's just going to be a pylon for them to finish off. Wall down now, playing on either side. Blast, though, is on the edge, and he tries to angle them out, but no, he gets spotted early on, and it's forced back. Nice little flank here, though, coming out from Sonya, and the damage is there. Blast goes down. It's a 3v2, and ultimately, it's going to be Passion UA cleaning things up here. Game number 6, and take the victory.
In such a clean fashion there too. Can we talk about that final fight with the way that they also try to create space with the Watson fence there right through that wall where they were trying to forcefully rotate through, and then we saw Sonya take that flanking angle to put in even more pressure. This is such a strong spot to hold with these barriers. Are you kidding me? The Sheila new tubing everything through the cat wall as well with all those nades. Now trying to find an opportunity to find Jen, trying to play his life off the lip. They slowly crouch behind him, take care of Jen, wipe out Team Falcons, but they gave up their spot in the meantime. CCE having to look behind them.
Oh, and they end up going down. We're down to our final 3. 7 players remaining. Tripods here. The team that came in for the ultimate third party, and now the reset to try and get him up. We do have the mother load slowing things down, though, as we try and push in from the northern side. Diving on it. The final fight here is Shitty with the knuckle cluster. Is going to keep them contained, allowing them to just surround them and swarm. Huge victory for Weave. We were worried about their position going into that north side, but the zone kept blessing them time and time again, and they were able to utilize that spot for an excellent victory.
5 out of our 7 teams, all within about 10 meters of each other, Jamerson, as this zone is about to close.
It's a bit risky here, and LG seeing the move coming out from SSG, try to get a little bit intensity onto Team Falcons right now, but Falcons ends up finding 1 kill onto Funk for Onmu as Tripods move on through. There's so much they have to deal with, and it looks like the barrel itself is actually slowing things down, but that gives them a little bit of cover. Never mind, they'll get finished off. SSG will benefit from that early move on down to the low ground, allowing LG that space to do what they want to do with Team Falcons, but for the time being, we are now down to our final 4. Full squads make that 3 as Falcons finish off 8th game, and it looks like LG now will get finished off next. It's SSG versus Team Falcons, but they should be able to finish this off in a 3v2. They swarm on top of Phony and finish them off. Team Falcons, we were wondering how long it would take them to take off here from the ground, and it looks like game number 2, they only needed 1 warm-up game.
Everybody wanted to buy it here. They see the team off the scan, Bloodhound scan for Bloodhound scan. Meanwhile, Sweet trying his best as CCE, I believe, we'll see it in the feed shortly. Yep, it was able to get Sykes. So just leaving Sweet now as a rat. Huge nade here, but CCE aren't going to be giving up this spot. They hear Sweet right below them, but they have other things to focus on while holding behind these amp barriers. Now the Sheila has come out to play and is waiting for these teams to just funnel in their line of sight.
Yeah, both CCE and SKD know that it's all the tripods. We only need to kill tripods here, and so they've got their sights set on that one, finishing them off. It's down to the final 2 squads here. CCE, they've got their amp cover set up, and they've got basically priority on this one. You can see once again that high ground angle, the amp coverage wall zone, drops, able to push forward off that smoke now, but it's gonna be Cave dropping down. He goes down for free. Cobra does trade it back, and Trev Stacks brings it down to a 2v1. CCE CCE. They just need to close this one out, and they'll have an amazing first half here on World's Edge with that victory.
The Rampart wins again. CCE bringing something new to the table. Oh, and here comes, yup, they take out that last member, I believe it was Zen, who tried to slide in, and EEC now trying to approach Space Station while Tripods are going to sandwich Space Station. They take them out here as NRG are in prime position to take this game, Rain Day. Tripods now take care of SSG, and our last two squads between NRG and Tripods are left.
It's weird. I think this Rock could win. I've seen this end zone before, and I feel like Tripods, while they have played a great game, can they topple the Giants of NRG back here in Apex? Onmu has a chance to put a period in it, an emphatic ending into what has been a great game from Tripods. Will they take the win here in game number 2? It is fun versus Onmu. It's a 1v1 to determine who will take the game, and Onmu just peeking, using the shields, and he's gonna heal up. It's gonna force Fun into a decision. Do I go for it? He's hiding back now, and now Onmu's almost out of damage, and NRG has just enough, and they'll take their first win here in North America on match day 1.
How many times do we have to teach you a lesson, Oxygen says? I mean, for Space Station's, like, priority in their position, they really had no other choice but to try to forcibly send it, as Not Moist also had them in their line of sight, but then Elevate also doing the same thing, getting taken down in the same way that we saw Space Station. You can't brute force your way through that barricaded door here, especially when other teams are looking at you, as we are now down to our last 3 squads, Falcons, Not Moist, and Auction, to see how this final circle closes in on them.
Oh man, I feel like Oxygen might be the only team that actually have economy to work with, especially when you connect with a Kraber shot like that. Falcons are out. We're down to our final 3v3. Beast of the Hunt is gonna get popped by Vade as now he swings in wide from the right-hand side. Moist on the other side are trying to play small here, wait this one out. If they can delay it, we do have the Rolling Thunder forcing them back. Vane climbs up, the wall has gone through to split them up. The bifurcation might not quite work here, but they will push in from the right-hand side. Frags with the wide swing here. Connects on some damage, but it's not crucial quite yet as the slide in from Frax. No one has gone down from either side quite yet, but it's Oxygen with all the aggression. They find 2, and there is the final one. OXG cleanup game number 5 here for North America.
Another prime example of patience paying off.
On top up! We're rolling towards me!
Dead.
Bang, crack!
What did you say, Jim? Okay.
Bang, they're in open!
No. Shoot off, shoot off.
Within.
Nice. They have to move, no?
Looking.
Oh, they're in? They're
in the corner.
Get kills, get kills, kills.
Wait, what? One in the corner here!
They res again, here.
The wall out!
I think they res right here.
Did I can pick it!
Yeah, pick it. Wall drop.
They're up.
I'm fighting.
The wall's gonna...
Don't get wrapped left, don't get wrapped left. Kill left.
Top 3.
Kill left.
Kill left here, kill left. I can shoot
Take Howard as well. I'm back with you now.
You hear the comms, top 3 shouts out here as TSM now looking to stay alive themselves. Reps gets taken down first, and Falcons are looking to capitalize.
It's all about the third party to finish things all off. They do have to wait out this Bang ultimate, but they've already seen the trades there. Hal picking up one onto SKD, and TSM are trying to recover there. You can see Falcons finding multiple angles on this team, but pushing the trenches can be hard. Never mind, Hal slides right on in, spots 2 outs, and now it's all about who comes in second. You can see playing for it now, but it's Falcons looking for the dub, and they will drop down and finish things off. That's going to be 2 wins on the day for Team Falcons. Answering all of our questions. How will this team perform? Will they flop? No, it's a resounding success for Team Falcons in day number 1.
Proving a point, silencing any mess who is looking the other direction for this team, because once again we keep highlighting this squad as the all-star squad, Jamerson, for all the right reasons, but at the very end, the Falcons versus TSM fight, we know that SKD were also right there involved in chunking away TSM, with Reps being the first one to go down, but it was Falcons holding steady on the high ground, waiting for the teams to go into their line of sight.